get this. They opened new ponds over there. And can I have that map? Who's carrying my map? Oh, yeah. By the way, since I brought it, this is my genealogy. Admitted in court to this area. Okay, that's my genealogy. Okay, the 1800 foot, okay, Kapipi Road stopped the drainage coming in to kill our Nemo and to kill these invertebrates, okay? But what was the consequence? It took offline for Joseco a very important piece of property, which is now the retaining dam that takes all that heavy lead from the sidewalks and it filters it through sand. So the heavy metal stays in the sand, not get into the ocean to contaminate our fishermen, pregnant women, people who eat that stuff, people who surf. The sand is the natural filter. Best practices. Save your guy's life. Best practices. Why when the big rain came, there was no brownout here. Papipi and Koloi contested case. Stop dumping all of that stuff in the water. By North-South Road, next to the Salvation Army, big retaining dam was going to be taken down. Nobody knew. Nobody cared. Hidden treasures. Best practices. Having knowledge equals good government. Disinfected the light. Nobody knows, nobody can do anything. That's what my suit was about. Okay, when we take that heavy metal and leave it on the land and not in the ocean, good thing, yeah? But what do they want to do? It stops Joseco from developing that for oceanfront houses, millions of dollars, 10 feet up with that fill material from the marina, so they're above the floodplain. You want to buy a house in tidal wave floodplain? No. The sell factor is we're 12 feet up. You're safe, brother, and you get a beautiful view. That's legal. I have nothing against Joseco. I've never tried to stop development. My thing has been best practices. Don't kill us, man. That's what it's all about. And if you don't know it, now you do. Now what we try to do is do that the right thing, but Joseco, being a business, says, well, we need that property. So their plan here is 1,800 foot ditch long, 20 feet deep, 10 feet wide. That makes up for the retaining dam. So it drains through, right? Makes sense. A plus B equals C, that's very logical. Problem is, they never brought it out to you guys to see it, so you could have input. Because it's going to affect your life and your kids and what you eat. But the problem with that, Stewart Engineering, in its own report that does not come out to you guys, is that page 9 says this place, the percolation, it'll go right to the ocean. Because underneath here, we got springs. 30 feet over there, there's a big spring. So if you take the dirty water and it goes into the spring, it's going to go right into the ocean. And guess what? No percolation. It's a natural pipe, which is what they wanted to do in the first place. How is that going to save you from the heavy metals? It isn't. That's what this is all about, best practices. It's logic. It makes sense. When you were driving in, you just saw new water coming out all over the place. They took out the cadrock. When they opened this 1,800 foot ditch, all the water is going to come in. It's going to be an 1,800 foot pond. Tell me I'm wrong, please. Nobody's listening. Crying in the wilderness. Okay? You open this stuff up and you dig 20 feet deep, it's going to be loaded with water. That's not what the plan is supposed to be. It's supposed to be dry, so that when the water comes, it'll fill up. But that's not what's going to happen. Look straight behind you and you see all those fish ponds. Why? Hono uli uli. Where's the logic? A plus B equals C. That's That's what's going on here. There's a lot of well-intentioned people, but they don't see the big picture. And it's their kids that are going to be affected, and the next generation. That's what this is about, best practices. Any questions so far before we continue? Why is there water here? Because there's water over here. You know, A plus B equals C. So when they do the big cut in, guess what? They're cutting into the karst upstream. So when you cut into that karst upstream, all that water is going to pour in and fill up. That's not their intention, but that's what's going to happen. That's logic, that's pure logic, because you look right down here where they just excavated ponds and everything. They're not pumping in that water. It's there. It's there. It's here. It's here. It's here. We can keep on going. So this plan that they have is ill-conceived to begin with. Number two, this is an entrance to one of our family EV sites, GPS. I'm not telling where the exact site is, because I ain't no dummy. Do you go left? Do you go right? Do you go 60 feet here, 60 feet there? I ain't telling. But I'm showing to say, it's here. You can see it for yourself. There's a lot. You know, we own the Willows restaurant, my family, Randolph Martin Lee Jr. From the year 1980 to 1992. There are also car systems underneath Queens Holly there with 27 known gods and an altar. Okay, this place is loaded. This is the land of hollow depths. Why? Because that's how it was created. So we can't throw away our history and our past and think that this is not going to have an impact on our cultural practice, because this is the source of one of the main springs. I can actually show you where the main spring is. It bubbles out. But some of my family is buried here, which I identified to Joseko's workshop on July 15, 2010.
Okay, you keep saying that, and I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Go right ahead.
At the workshop, when we asked you, you did not want to disclose locations, you did not want to tell the foundation, you refused to tell us those things. You just always point to a very general area, and you point in different areas depending on which meeting
Right.
it is.
You know, Moha was there at the time.
Yes, they were.
And I said,
As were the Civic
I
Club.
said Lions Club. Why would I, like a dummy, give you an exact location and allow somebody to come and dig it up? So if you were me and you were the kahu and you're charged to protect your family on your life as the kahu, you're gonna tell a developer, pinpoint, ground point 0, A plus B equals C? I don't think so. I'm not dumb. I said Kulia Lions Club. There's Kulia Lions Club right there, the footprint. I was right. The reason why we advanced this here is because of this, because of what you just said. Mr. Lee, not enough. Not enough. So here's enough. I came here to answer not enough. Best practices. Know better, do better. I stated it right out there. Brother is not lying, right?
The man-made well?
That's what you said.
That's what I was told.
Yeah, you were told by who? You never lived here before. My family's been living here for over 1,000 years, and I have 600 certified documents to prove it. So, you know, it's called a distinction, a point of view, action, and motive equals balance. That's why we're here. We're trying to inform you for best practices, because if you don't, we gotta go to court like we've done twice before. And CDUP, CDUA has just come in for Kalo'i Gulch, and guess what? I am Native Legal Corp's client for that one. So we've done it before, we've done this dance before. We're trying to do everything. Like when I tried to mihi this with Joseko's attorneys in 2009, I worked 1 year to, hey, let's work this out. And in the end, they said I was trying to extort their client. How do I, under Article 12, Section 7, using my cultural practice rights that are given to me under the Constitution of Hawaii, do extortion when I've never asked for one red dime, and I printed that wherever I've gone.